This is how Red Dead Redemption 2 changed my life. At the end of 2018, I felt stuck. I was early 20s. I was getting jobs that I hated, trying to find quick solutions to that feeling of being stuck, and it just never worked out. Confidence was at an all-time low. I'd done some college, but ultimately I never actually graduated. I knew I wanted to be in the media industry. I wanted to be making videos and being a part of just being a part of projects that would allow me to be creative. And I just didn't know what steps to take. I didn't know who to reach out to. I was also just not confident in the sense of just reaching out, because I'd grown up making videos, but I didn't have any work to show back then. And it was kind of embarrassing to reach out. And looking back, I feel like I could have just tried to find more PA jobs or whatever. But at the time, I just wasn't finding the things that I thought I needed to do. And then ultimately, I was in a long distance relationship with my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. But, I had these expectations put on me that I needed to figure it out. And she was really gracious. It's mostly from her family being concerned for herself, because they didn't know me. But it was a time where I was just like, man, I don't know what to do. And jumping into this game for the first time, it was like, okay, I could play this game that I could, kind of get lost in, get my mind off things. But in the end, it was almost like a mirror. Like, obviously I'm not an outlaw. Obviously I'm not robbing banks or doing things like that. But it was like, it's of these characters that were, stuck as well, trying to find solutions, quick solutions, ultimate solutions to their problems. And this guy's, I don't know what he's just okay. But ultimately I was kind of in the same little rut. I was, I worked at Best Buy for a little bit, and I actually enjoyed that. I worked in their camera department, so I was able to talk about cameras and help people on what they were looking for. And then, the other chapter hit, and I was needing even more money or a job that showed some type of progression. And so opportunity came up, and used car sales was an option for me. And so I took this job thinking, well, I was doing all right with Best Buy and camera sales, but it was completely different. If you know me, I'm not crazy about cars. I don't really care too much about cars at the end of the day. And it was something that I was thinking, oh, this will get me more money. This will be a solution. This will be good for my resume. And ultimately, I think I only worked like 4 months there, because to be honest, if someone was on the fence about buying a car, I was not going to push them. I'm like, well, it's a lot of money. I'm not going to push you to buy a extremely expensive product. So that fell through, and then I ended up working at a coffee shop for a little while, and then obviously 2020 happened and so on. And so, but focusing on 2018 and 2019, I was just like, just feeling down, lacking confidence, it was something that I thought I found in Red Dead, where, you know, even all these things, all these problems were coming about. Like Arthur, the character you play as, like, he walked around with like just confidence that I think I was yearning for, in a sense, where I was like, you know, you're playing as this character, things are constantly going wrong, and, you know, and this character Arthur, you know, he's not perfect. He has his problems. But it's like you walk through town.
My boys here if they would help their pa build a new
You walk.
house.
Sorry, this guy's. I'm getting distracted. But you walk through town and you like can greet, and you talk to people, and just the way he carries himself and like greets people. I think there's something where I was like, man, like, you know, pouring 80 hours or however long it took to play this game. I played it slowly. I was, oh no. See, I would kind of,
Get that back up again right now. I'm gonna be 100 years old.
I would play the game like this, like, and I'm goofy in a sense where it's like almost like an actor. You kind of just like take control of this character, and you try to think like them in a way. And I realized it was kind of therapeutic. It was something where I could, like, again, like a mirror, where it's like, man, like, even though things are going wrong in my, or aren't going the way that I want them to go in my life, I can still walk around with confidence and, you know, feel good about myself, even though it's like on paper, it's like, oh, these things aren't going for me. And that's what I saw in Arthur. I'm sure a lot of other people see many different things with this character or with this game, but for me, it was something that helped me push forward in a hard time. It helped me get through and really say, you know what, you know, things don't really make sense right now. And it also was like a reminder that, hey, you know, in this game, the gang leader Dutch, he's constantly saying, I have a plan, or this is it, this is the solution. And I think in a way that helped me realize that, okay, I can't jump on every like opportunity or every situation as the solution or the fix to my problem, because it's gonna bite me in the butt every time. At least that's from my experience. It was something that, you know, jumping job to job and trying to find a solution, it just hurt me in the end. I gained experience. I learned a lot. And during that time, I was able to do some side things with media stuff. And currently I work at a marketing job, and that's been, you know, it, in some ways it all worked out in the end. But during that time, I think I just needed something like this. I needed to be reminded that, you know, ultimately it's like you just try to put your best foot forward. Arthur in the end realizes that, without trying to spoil too much, because I assume not everybody has played this game, but, you know, he realizes that he can make a difference, and he doesn't have to follow, you know, all the plans that are being placed in front of him. You know, even though, you know, again, on paper, it's like, oh, like, this is the solution to the problem. And in the end, he was like, I don't know about that. And he realized there's more important things that he could be doing. At least that's what I got from playing this game. Sorry, the gameplay hasn't been too exciting. I was trying to make sure I wasn't getting too distracted. But let me know if you felt similar to this game, or if there's another game or even movie or book or whatever that really helped you get through a time and examine yourself. And yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments if you made it through all this, through this whole video. I appreciate it. Give me a like or whatever they say for YouTube, and I hope to catch you guys next time. See ya.